Hey guys, Game Wolf 1000 here, and I'm doing something a little bit different. I'm bringing you a Guild Wars 2 video. It may be a bit laggy just because I have Fraps on. Fraps really reduces my frame rate. But anyway, I'm bringing you a Guild Wars 2 video, and I'm going to be showing you how to equip the Cultural Armor, which is the really cool armor that all the classes and races have at level 1. You can do this at level 1. You can do this at any level, as long as you have. I do apologize for the lag. Once it stops. As long as you have transmutation stones. Now I only have 2 at the moment. I know that's kind of bad. I only have 1, sorry, but they're pretty hard to find. You have to complete 100% of a zone. That's what you have to do. You have to complete 100% of a zone, and it gets really hard to actually do. Like once you get you have to you have to do 100% of a starting zone, but it gets so difficult. Here we go, I'm gonna solve this. Okay, so you have to complete 100% of a starting zone. I would recommend doing the where is it? The Rada Sun, which is the Zerus zone over there. It's pretty easy. All you gotta do is do this cube, which has 3 levels, and they're pretty easy to find. And then they'll have not waypoints, teleporters on each corner of the thing. And you can go to these zones over here to get the point of interest fairly easy. And that gives you 3 transmutation zones. You can get to Rada Sun by going to Lion's Arch, which is where I am now, and then taking these things here. So right now I'm going to go to where the Char are. Where the Char's Cultural Armor is, which is in the Black Citadel. If I can get there. So laggy. What if I close my map? Reopen. Okay. Now, go over here to the Black Citadel. Teleport there. And you're gonna if you're a Char, I'm giving you another tutorial on where to get the Cultural Armor. If you already are the level, you don't need transmutation stones. It will cost you a lot of money. Like I only had enough money for the pauldrons, which I think look really badass because it looks like it's got the spikes and it looks like an echidna kind of thing. Looks really cool. And I did buy the boots as well, and that was the biggest mistake of my life, just because it looks no different. I should have bought the helmet actually. I don't have enough money to buy anything, but I'm just going to show you how it works, how the transmutation actually works. This will load. Oh, there we go. Okay. So once you're here, I do apologize for the frame rate. It is not usually like this. Once you're here, you're going to go down, and down here to the Cultural Armor Smith. The 3 of them, 1 for each tier, and you buy whatever the hell you want. See, I only bought the Spaulders because that's all I had. That's what I have on now, Warband Spaulders. But I'm going to show you how the transmutation works. Basically, you double click on the stone, and you drag 2 items in. So I'm going to drag these 2 in. They're totally different. And then you're going to click on the appearance that you want, and then click on the stats that you want. And then if this applies, you click on whatever you want, and then click transmutate. I can't give you an example because I don't have any money to buy anything. But I'll show you what I did with it. I bought these spoilers. and they're damaged. But yeah, I bought spoilers and I transmutated them, and now they look like the Warband spoilers, but they got the stats of, I think it was normal spoilers actually. And then I bought the boots, the Warband boots, and I put those with something else. So yeah, so that's it, guys. This is a secret. I do think a lot of people know this, but I don't think it's as well known as it should be, because you know everyone wants awesome armor, even if you're a low level. Like I'm only 29, I can't even use this armor yet. So that's it, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, and like, comment, subscribe. I'm sorry. Please give it a thumbs up and comment with any criticisms you have, and I'll see you next time. Right.